Hi friends, welcome back. So today I wanted to talk about my Hobonichi cousin. Okay, so recently I have jumped into using the Hobonichi Cousin. If you've been following me over on Instagram, I have been sharing little bits and pieces of my journey of jumping into this book as honestly pretty much my main planner. Now, a lot of my other planners are going to be sticking around because I love planning. I love stickering up a planner and getting creative, but there's just something about this book. I still can't quite put my finger on it, but I did want to share with you my experience so far. So I have the Hobonichi Techo 2022 Cousin in the spring edition. So this one actually starts in April of 2022. And if you're not familiar with this book, this is their A5 planner. Now, what's awesome about this book is that in this tiny profile is a yearly view, a monthly view, a weekly view, and a daily view, all within these pages. Now, obviously, what also allows this to happen is that it's on Tomoe River paper, which if you're not also familiar with, it's a thinner paper, but that it works very, very well with all types of pens, fountain pens, highlighters, gel ink, ballpoint ink, things like that. It even handles well with stickers if you are careful. So I still don't have a cover for my Hobonichi. I'm sure a lot of you are like, what the heck? You just carry this thing around like this? Yes, I do. I don't even really have tabs for it yet. I've just been using these like little tabs from Cloth and Paper to mark where I am monthly, weekly, and daily. So let's go ahead and open it up. Now, I don't have like any decor in my book. This is probably going to be the most plain Hobonichi you have ever seen. Now, I purchased this spring version from the Jet Pens website. You can find a lot of the Hobonichi products over there. You can also order directly from Hobonichi. They just launched their 2023 planners, which I have right here. You can also order this book in the Avec version, which is 2 6-month books, so it's still the same thing, but essentially split in two. A lot of people prefer that, you know, just for the reducing of the bulk. If you're putting this in a cover and all of that, the weight starts to definitely add up. So like I said, I don't have a whole lot of decor in here. I'm not really gonna like run you guys through this book like you haven't seen it probably 1,000 times on YouTube, but these are just some of the features that I love. I mean, it does have this year at a glance that I really, really like. It even gives you all of 2022. So you get like the year currently, the year before, and the future year. So that's really cool. And then you also have this sort of vertical year at a glance that goes over a few pages, and you have like a day per line on here. Now, my favorite, or one of my favorite features of this book is that everything is grid. I don't like lines. I would prefer ultimately it be dot grid, but I could do grid. I just don't like just regular lines. So here's a look at the month view. It is a month on 2 pages, Monday start, which again, I love a Monday start. I absolutely love it. Here is my current month. Now, I actually ordered this book back in July and then did not touch it until late August, early September. And even then I was still really, really intimidated by this book. I don't use a lot of stickers. I have added stickers in my weekly, which I'm actually really liking. I like both, right? A little bit of sticker, a little bit without stickers. So this is currently how my September is looking, and honestly I've just kind of been adding in things as they pop up on my calendar. I'm not worried about decorating with like a really, you know, perfect kit or anything like that. We'll see how the months go on. With this being an April start, your last month view, I believe, is like May. And make sure I didn't miss that. So month view wise, it goes to May of 2023. So when you get into the week view, this is how a week looks by itself. It's just vertical gorgeousness. Dot grid goes from like 5 a.m. in the morning all the way to 4 a.m. the very next day. I don't really stick to these hours just because it makes the space feel a little bit smaller. if that makes sense. So this is just how every week looks. And this paper, you guys, I like to consider this paper to be magical because it is very thin, but can just work with so many things, which I'm blown away by. So you have all of the weeks. Let's go to a couple of weeks where I started in here. So I started in July, I did a week, and I was like, I don't like this. I was like, this is not for me. I just couldn't get I was like, I know that there's a style that I would like my Hobonichi to have, and I don't know that I necessarily need it to look like everyone else's, right? So I did a half a week spread in here 1 week and then didn't come back to it until the end of August. So this is a kit from Let's Plan It, and this is actually a back planned week, so I didn't plan this in real time. I kind of came back to it after a couple weeks because I liked the way things were going, but I wanted to test out a kit but didn't want to test out a kit in real time because I'm weird like that. So this is actually one of their Hobonichi specific kits, so everything fit perfectly, and I really, really love this so much. I tried out another week just doing something a little bit different, like breaking up, putting social media things here, lists down here. I really didn't stick with it. I was still kind of like in and out, like, do I want to use this planner? I'm not 100% sure. Well, then another week went by, and as you can see, I was like, I just don't know what I want to do in here. I really, really do not. And I put it away this week. Then came this week. And this is where I fell in love with this planner. This was the week of September 5th through September 11th. And I really took this thing everywhere with me. I put all of my trackers in here. I did my schedule. I did an area for meals, an area for to-dos for the day, each day. And then I had a little social media section at the bottom. And this is where I was like, oh my God, I can literally fit everything in here if I just kind of tweak it to what I personally need, right? So here's the thing about this paper though, and I've had a few people reach out to me via Instagram and my DMs, and they're like, but how do you deal with that paper? You just do, right? You're either hell-bent on hating the paper because it does get kind of crinkly. You can feel the ridging on the page before. If that's gonna bother you to no end and you can't get over it, this is not the planner for you. If you can kind of ease into it the way that I did, where I just tried a few days and then took a break, and then tried it again and tried a different style, and you can get past that, I personally like the way it feels. I don't know, I really do. This is a great planner. You can fit a lot. Now I will say one thing that I have learned so far. I felt like the boxes were really restricting. So towards the beginning, I felt like I had to write very, very small. And you can see towards the end of the week, I was like, oh my God, I can actually loosen up a little bit and write in a way that's more natural for myself. Because I was really trying to write smaller than I needed to. I don't know what was my deal with that, but that's what happened. Then I decided, let's try a sticker kit. So here we are in the current week. Like I said, I back planned that other week with the Let's Plan It kit. So I was already in this week when I did this. So anyway, this is actually a live week. This is a Christiane Designs kit. Yes, she has Hobonichi Cousin kits, and they are phenomenal. If you order her stickers already, you're going to have things that you can add to her kits. So she has a one-page Hobonichi Cousin kit. She also has a one-page Hobonichi Weeks kit. So if you are looking for sticker kits, make sure you check out Christiane Designs. Everything fit perfectly. The stickers you can move very easily off of this paper. I just say do it a little bit slower than you would with an Erin Condren, which has much thicker, almost cardstock like paper, right? So here we are with this week. I am doing very well. I I like it very, very much. I'm checking in with it regularly. I really, really like it, and it feels great, even with one side being with stickers and one side being just, you know, with just pen and highlighter. It's been great. So that's how I'm feeling about the weeks. Now let's jump into the daily pages, because I have some pages where I kind of like that I jumped into this late, because then I can just play around with the empty pages whenever I want to test something out. So here I tested some Archer and Olive. They're acrylograph, I hope I'm saying that right, pens. It's like a paint marker. Those are really cool, so you can see how it looks on the other side. There's always going to be ghosting with this paper. If you guys are like, oh my god, the paper is ghosting, like, we know. We know, and we don't care. This is like totally fine. I actually thought it was going to be a lot worse. There's no bleed through, as you can see. Yes, there is ghosting and shadowing. So here we are. I did a little thing for September. That's all I really did, because I got scared. This is like right when I jumped into it, and I was like, I don't know. So there's a lot of black Post-its here, you guys. I jumped into this and originally wanted my daily pages to be like journaling. And that's fine, right? I also tried to draw. I can't draw. It did get better. But also I do share my planner a lot online, so it would be very difficult to do any sort of journaling in combination with my planning. Not to say that I would never journal in this again. However, I always run the risk of sharing things that I don't want to, if that makes sense. So started off with some journaling, some drawing, some attempting at using my Tombow markers like they were paintbrushes. Things like that. And then I kind of, you'll notice like the shift, right? I started to use my Tombow, I always butcher this name, but it's the Fudenosuke brush pens. It's the Tombow brush pens. I'm not going to say that again. They do come in two options though. One is a little bit of a softer tip and one is a little bit harder. The one that's essentially gold, like the brush tip, is what I'm using for all of this lettering here, and I really liked that. And then I was like, I think I'm going to switch from journaling to maybe a daily page, but I really do like how it was turning out. Like, it was great. Like, this was the day we found out about where Go Wild is, which is an upcoming planner conference. And I didn't really want to journal that day because I was excited. I didn't really know what else to write other than, hey, Go Wild is in Washington, D.C. So I started to add in my schedule on the left and continued to journal. And then as we got to just a few days ago, or the beginning of this week, end of last week, I switched over from having my schedule and to-dos over here and journaling over here to just turning it into a daily planner. And I feel like I have found my sweet spot with these pages. It's great. So here's what I'm doing right now. I'm just, taking my brush marker, writing the day of the week. I don't have, I did order the English version, so that's over here. And I just break it up into 3 areas: work, home, and social for social media. I have my quick little schedule here, which is very much a mimic of what's in my weekly view, but I like seeing it over here. It's great. And then like a little quote. So here's a look at 2 pages side to side. I really, really love this. I love this because I can change this whenever I want, and I actually do like change as long as I'm fully in control of it. And this is what I like about it. Like right now this is working for me, but maybe next week I will need to change this layout up, and I can, and it would all still be within the same book. The very big pro that I have found about this is that, unlike my Erin Condren system, where this book only has my weeklies and then this book only has my dailies, and I don't use the monthly view here, so if I do anything monthly I need to make sure I have this book with me, or vice versa. With this book, like, this is all I would need because it's all together, and that's what's really, really appealing to me right now when I'm in a really busy season of life, is just to have one singular book to have everything together, while also being able to be creative and things like that. Trust me, guys, I never in my wildest dreams did I think I would be in a bound planner. It's just not my thing. And apparently it is. So here we are to yesterday and today. Again, just still sticking with the same layout. I actually just made like a little box for things to film over here on Friday. So as you can see, Hobonichi Cousin was on the list. And I just really like this. And just to kind of give you guys an up close, what I kind of do with my lettering there is just use the brush marker. And then I love these Jelly Roll pens. This is the 08 in white. I know that there are better options out there, but right now this is what's working for me. So let's talk about pens and this finicky little planner with all of its issues, because it doesn't always necessarily work with everything, right? So in the back of the book, I decided somewhere around here, there's a test page that looks like a child got a hold of it, and it was me trying to figure out what pens worked in here, because quite frankly, not all pens are made for the Hobonichi Cousin. I don't use any fountain pens. I don't trust myself with a fountain pen. But what I have noticed is that pretty much anything Sarasa is going to be a go-to. You have to be patient with this paper in some respects. So if patience is not, you know, something that you can exercise with a planner, then this might not be the planner for you. But I do love the Sarasa dry pens. The Uniball 1 in 0.7 is also a very good pen if you want something a little bit bolder that also doesn't smudge. I tested it out down here, like minimal smudging for as bold as it is. Now, my current favorite is the Pentel Energel Clena, and this has a needle tip to it. These pens just work really well. I think I tested it up here. I think that it's great. It's absolutely great. Now, pens like Inkjoy gels, Papermate flares, no. The Pilot G2, absolutely not. Stay away from those. Now, also any ballpoint pen works really well on the Hobonichi Cousin paper. I don't have a lot of ballpoint pens because I kind of detest ballpoint pens, but if that's your go-to, then you're going to be all set for this particular book. So there is a look at my cousin. Sounds weird to say, but my Hobonichi Cousin. One day I will get a cover for this planner because I just have a feeling I'm going to stay in this for quite a bit. I hope I didn't just jinx myself, but I really do like this book a lot. It's taken me by surprise, but I really enjoy it. So I quickly wanted to share with you guys what I ordered from the launch. It actually just arrived less than an hour ago. So I did order on launch day from the Hobonichi website. Came in this beautiful red box. And let's go ahead and open it up. Now, I did already open it. One of my friends messaged me and asked a question about the print on the pages. So let me get this out of here. All right, so this was my very tiny order from Hobonichi. So it does come with this little bag, which I thought was really cute. I did not know that that was a thing, but yeah, it comes with a little Hobonichi bag, and it says 2023 on it, which is really cool. And it has like these little rope pulls on it and all of that, so that's really cool. And it comes with a pen. I heard this was a thing. I did not know about it, but this is this year's pen, I'm assuming, which is it's like a Uniball something or other. Doesn't exactly say on the book, but if you guys know, you can let me know down in the comments. But pretty much anything Uniball or Sarasa is going to be great for this paper. Now, this is a multi pen. It has black ink, blue, and red. This thing is sticking to my hand, so that's really cool, especially if you do use multiple colors in your planner. So that came with it for free. Now, I didn't place a big order. It was like a rookie mistake. I've never ordered from them on launch day before, ever. And their shipping is ridiculous. Like, it costs more than the planner itself. I think the planner was like $55 US, something around there. But so was the shipping. So was the shipping. Holy crap. Now I get why people order like 4 or 5 planners or order together with friends or family, things like that. So the Hobonichi book itself comes in this almost paper-like packaging. Really cool. So it says Life Book, which is their Hobonichi Techo English edition. That's what I got. And Monday start, of course. Let's just pull it right out. It is so beautiful. So it's essentially the same exact book, but with English print on the pages. So you've got the title on the front, you've got the Hobonichi page, the year at a glance, except all the months and things like that are obviously in English, and so is the year at a glance, like the vertical pages. So that's really cool. Let's see, let's look at the months. So obviously again, December, and then the days all in English. The weekends are still, or Sunday I should say, is still in red. That doesn't bother me. I know some people were like, oh my God, I can't stand that. And then on the week view, see, I love that. It lays flat instantly. The week view is the exact same, except of course the days of the week are in English, and same thing for your daily pages. So I'm excited to jump into this for 2023. I also got a writing board. Now, I didn't really understand the purpose of these until I started using a cousin a little bit more frequently. But this is great to put behind the page that you are writing on. It makes it a little bit smoother to write on, and if you're like very heavy-handed, you're not going to leave impressions on the page beneath. So that's really nice. I mean, it also makes a pretty good bookmark, if you ask me. You'll know exactly where you're at because you have your little writing board in there. But I'm excited about this, and I'm excited to finally have one of these. Now I just have to hope and pray that I don't lose it, because I lose things like this very, very easily. Alright guys, that is it for today's video. I can't wait to hear your thoughts down in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. If you are already subscribed, make sure you click that notification bell so that you know when my videos are posted here on YouTube. As always, thank you guys so much for joining me, and I will see you in my next video. Bye everyone.